Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me and kind of a first impression on some things that I have been actually saving to film with, so I could kind of talk about the things that I'm trying and new products that I've just been saving for this video, just so I can kind of give my thoughts on the products. And I just kind of wanted to use them in the video for the first time, just because I like doing stuff like that. This is just going to be something super casual. It's just a little kind of chit chat, get ready with me video. If you want to see how I got this eye makeup look, if you want to see a couple of new products that I've never tried before and hear my thoughts on them, just keep watching. Can we talk about how bad my skin is breaking out? Like all up here and over here. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna take the Naked Heat. I actually already dipped into this palette and I've used it I think 2 times. I just couldn't wait. I didn't have time to film a video and I really wanted to try this palette, so I kind of used it already, but it is so freaking good. I'm gonna use it today. I'm gonna take Sauced with my E40 from Sigma. The shade is so pretty. It's like this really warm terracotta shade. Please excuse my voice. I have been sick for like the last 2 weeks. I've been sick and then my allergies started acting up, and then I think like from the hurricane, everything being like pushed up in the air, it's made me not get better. I'm going to Vegas next week and I'm really hoping that I can like kick this. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better, but when I started to feel a little bit better last time, I started to get sick again. And so I'm hoping that this just goes away. Like, I want it to go away so bad because I don't want to be sick for my trip next week. I'm just using that as the transition shade. And then I'm going to take this Morphe M441 and I'm gonna go into Cayenne. I'm actually just going to go right over that. I'm just trying to build definition. But this is actually just a little bit darker. It has more red in it though. I love this palette so much. I only used it, this is now going to be my 3rd time I think, but I just love this palette. Can anybody ever get enough of warm tone palettes? I can't. That's faux show. I will get every single one that's out there. For my last transition, I'm taking in Fuego and Ashes. I'm going to use these 2 together. And I'm taking this on the It Cosmetics 107. I can never remember the name of this brush for the life of me. I'm going right in the fold of my eye. I'm going to be using the Katy Desi Dose of Color collab right here on my lid. I didn't want anything super warm because this is more of like a purple blue glitter color. Ashes doesn't have a lot of red in it. It's more, I would say, burgundy. And then in Fuego is just this reddish brown, like your typical reddish brown. I feel like these 2 colors together went really nicely to make like a nice in-between color to match the lid. And I know I already have one eye done. Honestly, I do that for the sake of time. I will sit here and talk everybody's ear off all day long. And this video will be like 200 minutes. I swear I could talk forever. I talk so much. Can I just say, I have been dying to use this. I have been waiting so I could film it in a video because I really wanted to film a first impressions. I know it's not like an actual first impressions because I already used 2 shades on this eye, but I wanted to film this in a video before I actually started using it and playing with it on my face. This is my first time using this palette. It is so freaking pretty. This like exceeded all of my dreams and aspirations. I love this thing. I just dipped the very tip of my brush in water. I'm gonna take Sue's, it's the champagne color. I'm gonna use this to highlight my brow bone. And this shade, it says to use wet, so that's why I dipped it in water. I saw the video that Katy and Desi did on it, and they said you don't have to use a setting spray or anything like that. You can just use a little bit of water, which is really convenient because, you know, I have to say I'm not like the biggest setting spray person. I feel like they're kind of gimmicky to me. I have used them in the past and I've tried them and I just don't feel like I see that much of a difference. I just can't bring myself to spend the money on a setting spray. The Mario Badescu one that I use, that's not a setting spray, that is a facial spray, and I honestly only like that because I like that it takes away that powdery finish because I'm so oily that I use a lot of powder products and your skin can look a bit cakey and powdery when you use so many powder products. So I love that because it takes that away. It kind of acts as like Fix Plus, but it's way cheaper. And I'll use that for eyeshadows too, because that's the only one that I have. I hate buying products that you have to use a setting spray, because I'm like, dude, I don't use setting sprays. I mean, they're just not my thing. I don't like to use products that you have to use a setting spray with. That pisses me off. I'm clearly so passionate about this topic. I like that you can use these with just water because, dude, water's free and everybody has water, right? You can use it by itself. I noticed for a brow bone highlight, if you like that pop-in brow bone, this won't be as intense if you don't use it wet, but you can still use it dry and it looks okay. It's not bad. I would probably use it more on my lid if I were to use it dry. For my lid color, this is in the shade Turbo Sun. Also, can I just say, they named this palette after their dogs. I love that. I think that was like the coolest thing, especially if you're a dog lover. I put my dog in the video sometimes, Charlie. He is like the love of my life. I am a huge dog / animal lover. I think that is just the coolest thing ever. I'm gonna take this on my finger, just like this. I'm just gonna press this onto the lid. This to me comes off as more as a pressed pigment. I like to use pressed pigments with my finger, and I feel like you get better color payoff because I want it to be just a little more sparkly. You could take any flat brush. This one is from Morphe. I put a little tiny bit more of shadow on the brush, and then I sprayed it with my facial spray. This is just going to bring out the sparkle a little tiny bit more, just because I want it to be a little more sparkly. I'm just going to blend this into my crease so it looks seamless. I'm going to do a little bit of liquid liner. I'm taking the NYX matte liquid liner. I'm solely just doing this to hide my lash band. I am the worst at putting on lashes without liners. So I'm just doing a thin little line. I'm just waiting for my lash glue to get a little tacky, and in the meantime I'm going to prime my face and get it ready for foundation. I have this new one. This is from the brand nip+fab, and this is called the Viper Venom Micro Blur Fix. I actually got this on clearance at Ulta. It was $19.99 down to $9.99, but when I actually got up to the register and I looked at my receipt, it ended up being only $5. It says it's a one-step instant selfie perfector to prime mattify skin with a flawless finish, and this is huge. It's 1.5 ounces, I think. It's 1.4 ounces. It's almost 1.5, but you get like so much product. I'm just gonna put this where I'm super oily. The lashes were the Salon Perfect 615s. I'm just going for like that really fluttery, wispy look. And those are my favorites. They're so easy to use, and you can get, I think, a 5-pack for like $8, so they're super affordable. For the rest of my face, I'm gonna be taking this. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance Primer. I used to use this way back in the day. Whenever it first came out, they stopped selling it. I guess they reformulated it. It took them a while for it to come back out. I went everywhere looking for this primer. I just figured they discontinued it. That was when they came out with the pore minimizing primer, the purple one. They came out with a whole bunch of new primers, and they finally reformulated this one, and I missed it so much. This is one of my favorite primers of all time. When I say years, I've literally been using this for years. I couldn't even tell you how long I've been using it, and it makes your skin look so pretty and radiant, just like the name. It doesn't make you greasy. So I love to use this on the perimeters of my face where I'm more normal and I'm not as oily, and it just makes your makeup look so pretty. It really truly makes it look so good. So this is just me personally, because I do use different primers underneath my makeup. If I can get a smaller size, I get these little baby sizes. These last me forever because I use such a small amount. You also save a little bit of money, and the product doesn't go bad as quickly because it's a smaller tube. If you are on a budget but you want to try a more high-end product, look for it in the travel size because they last forever. For foundation, I got this in a sample that I got from Sephora. It's this little Cover FX Natural Finish Foundation. I have been wanting to try this forever. They had a promotion where you could pick one of these. I think maybe it came with your points, or I don't remember. So I got this little guy, and I thought, you know what the hell, why not try it first, and then that way if I hate it I don't have to spend the money on it. And this is in the shade N40. I think N stands for neutral. This might not actually match me that well because I'm more of a yellow undertone kind of girl, but we gonna try, okay? We gonna try it. I'm just gonna blend this in with my L'Oreal sponge. Okay, the color's not too bad. I think it's just a little too light because I'm a little tan right now, but we can bronze the face, so I'm not too worried about that. This is actually so pretty. It has like a really luminous look to the skin. Hopefully this doesn't make me greasy where I'm really oily, but whatever. Ooh, it covered up all this redness, well, most of it, so that's nice. Oh yes. While I was getting ready, I kind of wanted to just talk about Hurricane Harvey. I know everybody has heard about it because it's been all over the news. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I do live in Houston. My family was not affected by the hurricane. Thank God our home was not hit. The part of Houston that we live in doesn't really have a lot of flooding. Thank God. That's all they had on the news was Harvey coverage. It was so freaking scary. Parts of Houston that have never flooded were flooding. It was like literally the whole entire city, and it was like houses were just underwater. I've never seen anything like that in my whole entire life. Our backyard flooded, and then our street started to flood at one point, but it never came up to the house, thank God. Like when the hurricane came in, it came in on a early Saturday around 1 or 2 in the morning or something like that. Lasted until Wednesday, I think, and it was just like non-stop. All of downtown was flooded, and downtown is only like 15 minutes from me, which is so scary because everything was flooded. It was like entire neighborhoods were flooded. You know, Houston is like a flood prone area to begin with, so it does flood when there's heavy rain because there's so many bayous and there's so many pockets of water in Houston. It is known to flood when there's really, really heavy rain, but this was like the whole city flooded. I would wake up like every hour and I'd go look outside to make sure that the water wasn't coming up to the house. We had gotten some stuff together and we were like, okay, if the water starts to come in, this is what we have to do. We lost electricity for a short time, but it wasn't for that long. Homes were literally destroyed. People have nothing. And I know that material things don't mean everything, but people lost things that they can't even get through like a regular day. Like they lost their cars, they lost their clothes, they lost toilet paper, they lost towels, blankets, beds, like just the essentials that you need to survive. It's very slowly starting to come back to life, but you know, most of the city was shut down. You can't get gas, you couldn't get groceries. I know people tried to prepare. I know I did when they said that the hurricane was gonna hit Houston pretty hard. I went to the grocery store a little early. I stocked up on a few things that, you know, I thought if we don't have power, we're gonna need this. And even on the news, they were saying we didn't expect it to hit this hard. We weren't expected for the flooding to be this bad. And it was just so crazy. I have so many friends that like literally lost everything. They're living in shelters. I don't know, it puts things into perspective. There are so many people in Houston who don't have a bed to sleep in tonight. It just hits you. It really does. It hits you hard. At the end of the day, the stupid things we complain about, are they really that important? I remember when Hurricane Katrina hit, I remember watching the news and seeing pictures online and video footage, and I was like, oh my God, the devastation is truly terrible, but it didn't happen in the city I live in. So can you really understand, you know? I mean, I know you can't really understand unless you actually go through it, but I think just the fact that it hit in my city and it's so close to home. A neighborhood 10 minutes up the road from me was destroyed. There's a neighborhood a couple streets behind me. It's underwater. How it didn't come to us, God was truly watching out for us. And I don't know, it just makes you think. I mean to be such a Debbie Downer. I just kind of wanted to let people know. So, you know, you can always donate. I plan on volunteering. There are a ton of shelters around here. Me and my husband have both gone through our clothes, and we're going to be definitely donating anything and everything that we don't need. We are going to donate it to shelters. If anybody does want to help out, or if you want to donate or you feel like you can help, I'll leave a link down below where you can do that. I just used my Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder, the one that I have been obsessed with. I use that all over my face, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of baking. I'm taking Petal by Kat Von D. I'm just gonna stick this under here so I don't get all creasy. Starting to like stray away from like really matte foundations. I've been lately going through that skin type look foundation. Kind of okay with like my oils coming through. What pisses me off is when my foundation starts to break apart. I'm bronzing with my butter bronzer. I haven't put this on since I bought it. I love this bronzer. I'm so obsessed with it. It smells so good too. I've actually been doing this just during the summer months, even though you could totally do this in the wintertime. We're technically not in summer anymore because now we're in September, but it's hot in Texas year round, so I feel like I can pull this off forever. I love this Sonia Kashuk bronzer. This is in the shade Goddess, and it's this super, super beautiful bronzer. I only do this around my forehead. I don't do this on any other part of my face. I'll bring it like right here. I haven't been contouring my forehead lately. I don't know why. I've been putting this just around the forehead area. It looks so pretty. And then to further contour, I'm taking Kat Von D Sombre. I think that's how you say it. This is from the contour kit, but I have this Z palette. This is just like my personal preference. I would rather have a Z palette and put singles in it because I never use all of the shades in contour and highlighting kits. This is what I've been using to contour lately. I absolutely hated this when I first bought it. I did not like this at all. I wanted to return it and get Fawn by ABH because that is the one that I usually use, but it's been sold out forever. It just looks so gray on me when I first got it, but now I like it. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna take a little bit of Lovejoy for my blush. Dude, I have been obsessed with Shameless. So my sister-in-law is actually the one who got me into that show, and I started watching it and then I just got busy and, you know, I never caught up. We haven't really been out of the house in about a week, I would say. In like that week, I've watched 3 seasons of Shameless. I'm almost on the last season. I'm almost done with season 6. I'm like halfway through season 6. Can I just talk about how freaking good that show is? That is like one of the best shows I've ever seen. Okay, first of all, if you don't like raunchy humor, don't watch it because it is very raunchy. There's a lot of cursing, there's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of alcohol, there's a lot of sex. So if that's not your kind of show, I would probably stay away from it. I've literally been staying up till like 4 or 5 in the morning trying to finish the season. I think season 8 comes out in November. I am notorious for starting a show on Netflix and never finishing it. I have done that with so many shows. I am determined not to let that happen with this show because I love the show so much. It is so funny, dude. I haven't used this in a long time. This used to be one of my favorite highlights. It still is one of my favorite highlights. I have been so into the Maybelline one that I kind of forgot about this, so I'm gonna bust this puppy out again. I feel like when you find a show on Netflix that you're really into, you become so deeply involved that like you feel like you're part of the show. Started watching Sons of Anarchy like when it was out on TV. I think it went off the air, so I started catching up on Netflix. This is seriously gonna sound so stupid. I only have like 4 episodes left to be done with Sons of Anarchy, and I did the same thing. I watched like the whole series. I would stay up all night watching Sons of Anarchy. I would like literally dream about it. I never finished it because I can't bring myself to finish it. 2 years have gone by and I kind of like keep forgetting about the show. I know something really bad is gonna happen. Like I can just feel it because Jax was on a tyrant. Like he was out for blood and I'm just like so scared something bad's gonna happen. So I'm like, let's just never find out what's gonna happen and just never finish the show. So I never finished it, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I don't know why. This is so like first world problems, but yeah, that's one of the other shows that I've never finished. So we're just gonna finish up the lower lash line. I'm gonna take this E17 from Morphe. I'm gonna mix cayenne and fuego. I'm just gonna smoke this out. No! Why does God hate me? Why? I'm done. I'm done with my entire face. Why? Just pretend like this isn't on my face. I'm going to wipe it away as soon as it's dry. Let's spray this face. Yeah, I totally forgot to do the inner corner. So I'm just gonna take Suze on this little baby brush. We're gonna pop that right in there. I got 2 lip products from the desixkaty collection. I got More Creamer Please. I got this one because I'm not the biggest fan of peachy nudes. I know the other one was supposed to be really peachy. I just don't like the way it looks on me. So I got this one because this is more of like a brownie darker nude, and this color is like right up my alley. This color would look so pretty if you had very minimal makeup on and you had big lashes, and just this beautiful color would be so nice. And then I'm just gonna top this with over the top gloss with the glitter on bare lips. It looks beautiful. Okay, and that's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you like these kind of chit chat videos. If you like them, I will definitely do more, because I really enjoy just doing first impression type of things and just kind of saying how I feel and then just kind of talking, because I am a chatty Cathy and I love to just talk to people. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you've tried any of the products that I've used in this video and your thoughts on them. And of course, make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.